This week's Mac 0311 No-Kill Shelter of the Week is Barktown in Bardstown, Kentucky. More information below in the description. There's a good chance it's your first time visiting this channel. Normally, this channel travels the back roads of America celebrating Americana, just the way you remember it growing up. So, why don't you subscribe now, because you can always unsubscribe later. I lost all my footage, so I'm going to catch you guys up to date by simply making one piece, and you're going to repeat that process for all of the panels in this project. If you're doing meat chickens, there's 4 panels to this project. And if you're building a tractor for your egg layers, there are 5 panels to this project, and there's going to be an extra step where we build the hen house. And that hen house will be located in the top 2 squares that you see in front of you. This project is a budget build with the price of wood, the price of screws going through the ceiling. We're minimizing the least amount of wood wasted and the least amount of screws used. And that's basically by using dowel rods. So these 4 or 5 panels, depending on your project, are held together by this 2x2. 2 screws at the top and 2 screws at the bottom. The individual panels in this project are all held together with wood dowel rods. Now, if you want to save money on wood dowel rods, we got something for that too. Another nice part about this design is that it's made to break down and throw in the back of a pickup truck and move it anywhere you need to. Now, you may notice the garden cloth, aka mesh, is held down by a screw and a washer about every 16 inches apart. We're redoing all that, and we're going to save you a lot of money on screws and washers when we do. This enclosure started as an emergency build when the chicks grew out of the brooder. Now, each vertical piece is 32 inches tall. Now, plus the top and the bottom. If you're not aware, a 1x3 piece of lumber is actually only 3/4 of an inch by 2.5 inches. So that's 37 inches. So the overall height is 37 inches. But here's the nice part. The big savings come in. You can get 3 pieces of 32-inch length 1x3 out of an 8-foot 1x3. And seeing that we're using the full length of the 8-foot 1x3, there's no cutting there. If you're not trying to save money on wood, the width of this chicken tractor can be 4 feet wide without wasting. But to minimize wood use in this project, we just kept with the 32-inch wide, plus again, both sides equals a width of 37 inches. So the final dimensions of the hen house inside this enclosure will be 37 inches wide, 4 feet long, and 2 feet tall. The most important thing to pay attention to in this project is we have the 32-inch vertical between the 8-footers on one side wall and both long walls of this project. But when it comes to the hen house, we went opposite. We took the 32-incher and butted it up to the 4-foot vertical. Now, I have chosen an odd product to make my outer wall. Because I live in a cold climate, I'll have an inner wall and an outer wall. I may use the same material for both, and I will be using that Reflectex bubble wrap type material that requires an air gap between the inner wall and the outer wall. So because my hen house is going to be 24 inches tall, I only left a 22-inch opening there, so I had some overlay to attach the wall material. And if you'd like, you could cut these horizontal side pieces to 4 feet, which would allow you more chickens and less cuts. Because I've got that 4-foot by 2-foot piece, I got to cut down to 37 inches. So if you start out with 24 1x3s, you're not going to have any pieces wasted. There may be a couple extra pieces needed. I'll know as I finish this project and update that information. I purchased a roll of 36-inch tall, 25-foot long garden mesh, and I think I've got about 6 or 7 feet left over. I think it was a little over 25 feet. So I have approximately $60 in wood, $40 in garden cloth, $30 in screws, and $20 in primer. That brings us to about $150, and I think it would be fair to say you double that to get this project complete. Red Step Stacker Beer presents Real American Heroes.
Real American Heroes.
Here's to you, Mr. Funny Political T-shirt guy maker.
Mr. Funny Political T-shirt guy maker.
You've studied their triggers. Who else can turn an Ellen DeGeneres audience into a smash and grab with one image?
I bet he's a racist.
It's a guarantee there's gonna be a blue-haired, fluid gender person standing behind one of the patriots that purchase your shirt on the internet.
Really good pricing.
And you can be damn sure that blue-haired, gender-fluid person is gonna get mad and scream at the top of its lungs, "Hey you, I don't miss that Trump guy or that Jimmy Carter."